voice of
Like
Batman.
if you close your eyes, Batman was up there telling you about his divorce.
I was just hearing Joe Bluth, but that's... Welcome back. It's No Bad Seats, and we are back for another week.
We are. It's been a little bit of a hiatus.
Yeah, well, we had last week off.
We did, yes.
I did see Send Help. Sam did not. Send Help, first review, watch Send Help. It is brilliant. It's hilarious. It's gruesome, and Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien are brilliant. I couldn't praise it
I'm bummed I
enough.
missed out on it, but
Honestly, it's one of those ones. Definitely watch it. Rachel McAdams is great in everything, and she's hilarious in this. I also think like the way that the whole thing plays out, like it doesn't shy away from doing the like Sam Raimi like gruesome,
make you squirm and then
laugh
laugh at you for it.
Exactly. It doesn't shy away from that at all. Even to like you'll see in the trailer, but Dylan O'Brien's laugh is still in my head, and I feel like there was this laugh that he worked on to make it unsettling.
Yeah, okay.
An unsettling laugh. It's like really like evil, like like that sort of laugh that he goes for, and he does it a bunch of times, and it just makes you go, "Oh, you suck."
Yep.
The whole thing plays out. It's just brilliant. I couldn't recommend Send Help enough. So watch Send Help, and that's the quick take.
Catch up.
That's the quick take catch up. Hey, before we get into too much, I do want to cover a few things that the cinema's got coming up this week.
Okay.
Or in the next couple of weeks. Wuthering Heights is coming out and Crime 101. So some movies coming out for Valentine's Day. We're doing some cool stuff in Gold Class and Lounge for Valentine's Day. So check those out if you're interested. Wuthering Heights, I mean, we got Margot Robbie, we got Jacob Elordi, two Aussies. Always nice to see they're at the forefront of this like massive push from Emerald Fennell. And
seems like a big push. There's a little bit of controversy on that one last week as well. It came up.
Yeah,
right. A little bit interesting, but
it's going to be interesting to see. I'm not sure, but you know, the Emily Bronte book is.
I've never read it.
I've never read it.
I've barely heard of it. The name sounded familiar.
Well, they've made a movie about it before.
Yeah,
and,
okay.
In the movie, they had. I never remember who it was who sung the song, but the song will never leave my head. There was a song that was written for the movie.
Okay.
And it's still to this day. It just whenever I think of Wuthering Heights, it like comes back into my head.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway. So we've got that, Crime 101, which is the new Chris Hemsworth movie, Mark Ruffalo, Barry Keoghan, and Halle Berry.
Yep. I mean, I'm keen for that. It doesn't feel like it's had much of a push.
It doesn't feel like it's had much of a push. And
for the amount of names that are in it.
And everything about it looks great. I think Crime 101 looks fantastic. Like, it honestly looks like the sort of movie that dads would go to. I think
that probably that is the only thing that I'm worried about is that it looks a bit predictable.
It looks like a dad movie?
Well, not necessarily just a dad movie, but like I'm looking at it and I'm like, I kind of know what's going to happen already.
I don't know. Like yes and no. Like it feels like the sort of thing that what I anticipate is it looks like one thing and it's going to be another thing.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? Like it just sort of, I get this feeling because everything that I'm seeing about it is really positive.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen too many like
So excited. Crime 101 is on the way out. We also have Retro Mondays back for February. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, The Wedding Singer, When Harry Met Sally, and another one that is escaping me right now. I don't know why it's escaping me right now. But
I've seen the list.
Oh, it's My Best Friend's Wedding.
Oh, yes, yeah.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, My Best Friend's Wedding, The Wedding Singer, and When Harry Met Sally. $15 tickets, $13.50 if you're a V Rewards member. And they're on sale now. So
classic rom-coms.
Yeah. So we got that. And then we're looking at what to do for March for Retro Mondays. And yeah,
that's awesome.
Exciting.
And then today, of course, is another special day. It's your birthday.
It is my birthday.
It is your birthday.
We don't have to talk about that.
We do though, because I got you a little something.
Oh, you did it.
I did. I did.
That's 2-0.
I'm like on a political run here.
It's okay because we worked out that your birthday is also on a movie release day.
It is, yeah.
And we'll get you a shirt. Supergirl is coming out. All right. My man.
I hope you like Lego.
Oh, I not only do I
and I hope you don't already have it.
I don't have it. This is the APX GP
Oh,
Lego
yeah.
car. Oh man, that is fantastic. We've got Brad Pitt and Damson Idris.
The best bit is that it's got a little mini
That's
Brad Pitt
incredible.
and Idris.
Holy crap! Thank you so much, man.
It's all right.
This is fantastic because
Seeing as it was one of your like favorite movies of the year.
it was my #1 movie of the year. I didn't know that they did these. I've seen these sets for the other.
Yeah, I think
teams.
they got like Fast and Furious.
But I didn't. No, for the other F1 teams.
Oh yes, yeah.
And
yeah,
I've
of
gone.
course, yeah.
I should get some of those, but I didn't realize that they'd done
Yeah.
F1. So amazing, thank you. And I have a backlog of Lego to get through. When I say backlog, I have one more piece to do with Harrison, my son, that he got for his 4th birthday.
Nice.
We've spent the last 3 nights making Bluey Lego, so that was fun.
Awesome.
And yeah, we'll have to move on. He's got a Spider-Man piece next, and then
Very nice.
F1.
We're deep in the Lego. We are currently building an R2-D2 Lego.
Amazing.
And a 101 Dalmatians Lego as well.
That
are huge and like 2,000 pieces. And yeah, they're ridiculous.
I would love to do that, but my 4-year-old doesn't quite have the attention span for it.
Yep.
He does these little pieces, but then he also refuses to just go, can we do the rest later?
Yeah.
It's no, we need to do it now.
Lock in.
But I'll tell you what, does he get excited when we open the pack and then it's like, I've got to put the head on. I got to put the legs on. And then he's like, and then he helps me with like whatever, because you know these pieces, like these Bluey sets and things, they come with 3 different sections.
Yes.
So he's like locked in on the first section. And then I'm like, can we just do the one section tonight? Because I know that he'll be locked in for that entire time. But then he starts to like wane on the second section. And then the third, I'm like, what piece do we need next? And he's like, and I'm like, all right, I'll just.
You've hooked me into this and now you're leaving me.
So that's exciting. Thank you very much.
That's okay.
Yeah, amazing. I'm going to put that here. And that is going to be a job for tonight.
Renee's going to hate me by the end of the year, just like loading up your office and stuff.
Well, I think the quote last night after we did the Lego was, we really need a display case or something. We don't have anywhere to put it. But there we go. All right, let's get on to the movie news.
Let's do it.
Timely, because this week, Apple teased F1 2.
Oh, F1 2.
Yeah.
I saw they did a bunch of teasers. I've got a bunch saved to my watch later list of trailers and teaser trailers and stuff.
Yeah.
But I haven't.
They didn't they were asked about it and they basically said, we will have something for you soon.
Oh, okay, cool.
But we want to like sit in the success of this.
Yeah.
So it wasn't much, but like we know that it's on the way and
also,
they were like, we're going to have something for you. We're working on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to take a few years. The season starts just over a month from now.
Surely
they're probably not going to be doing anything this season.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be at least another season until they start.
Yep.
So we're probably not getting anything until 2028, 2029, maybe.
Yeah.
That's
cool though. It's good to know that they're.
You know, I'm happy, and we know that Joseph Kosinski's working on Miami Vice at the moment. So it's like if they're going to go in a different direction, I don't know. If they're keeping with Joseph Kosinski, it's probably not going to be until at least next year's season. And true. Depending on how they go, they might need even longer.
Hot off the tails of a Best Picture nom as well.
Exactly. Which is part of why I think they were.
Oh, definitely. I've seen a little bit of like controversy around that as well. People sort of saying that
it doesn't deserve it.
Not that it doesn't deserve it, but it didn't fit into the Best Picture. I love that it got a Best Picture nom. And to me, I wasn't that surprised because I think every year there's sort of a blockbuster that gets a nom.
I think there's been sort of like over the last few years.
Like, and I'm pretty sure Endgame got a nomination from memory. Did it?
Got a Best Picture nom?
Maybe it didn't.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, no, Black Panther did.
Black
Panther was better than most other superhero movies though.
And like just Black Panther did this thing where it was like, it was such a cultural phenomenon as well. It's like this is hitting a certain market and it's massive for the reasons that it's massive.
Yeah.
But it was also good.
Yeah.
So it's like you have these like joint things where it's like that's the reason and it deserves it for that reason.
Well, I think
Sinners.
Exactly
the
same director,
yeah.
and he's done the same thing again.
Exactly.
Like he's done a
just give cultural a nomination for every movie. I don't care.
Cultural Phenomenon now has the most nominated movie in history.
Yeah, exactly.
I really hope it gets up. I hope it gets a lot of those 16.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I would love to see it take home Best Picture. I don't know if it has a chance, but
Yeah.
I've sort of since the end of the year rewatched a couple of movies and stuff like that. I reckon I would readjust my top 10 a little bit, and
Yep.
Sinners would go back up a little bit
Yeah.
higher.
Okay.
I rewatched Weapons. Still really enjoyed it, but
Yep.
not as much as the rewatch of Sinners.
I think when you watch a movie like Weapons, a lot of what grabs you is the unknown.
Oh yeah.
So when you're rewatching, it loses a bit of that luster. And
Yeah.
that's both a huge benefit for when you watch it, but then
Yes.
it's like one of those things where it's like, does it? And I think the structure as well.
Mm.
You know, those sorts of things.
Whereas Sinners, while there is still an element of, I guess, surprise or
Yeah.
intrigue in there, it doesn't dictate
holds
the whole
up.
story.
Yeah.
It's a great story the whole way through. I actually had some friends yesterday say to me, they were like, "Oh, we finally watched it and like absolutely loved it, so good," and they just kept going on and on about how great it was. And
Yeah.
I was like, "It is a great."
We've
movie."
had a staff member back in here who has been away for the last 12 months on mat leave, and she said she hasn't watched a movie in the cinema since Wicked 1, and hasn't kept up on movies, and spent yesterday watching a bunch of trailers. And I said to her, okay, Sinners F1 on the big screen, because we will get them back.
Yeah.
And when they come back in, you've got to watch Sinners and you've got to watch F1 in the cinema. Like, that's a non-negotiable. That's just what you have to do. So of all of those, like, those are the two that I would say just, you need to see these.
They're big screen experiences.
Yeah.
But they do, I haven't rewatched F1, but Sinners still held up at home as well.
I could imagine Sinners would. I haven't
but-
watched F1 at home either. But I think
If you've got the chance for the big screen, 100%.
and I think that's the thing. Like, for me, we're going to see IMAX in Interstellar in IMAX next week.
Very keen.
Sinners is one of those ones they've got it. It's in 1570 and they show it in IMAX, so that'll be a regular IMAX thing. So that'd be something that I'd like to go and watch.
Yeah, definitely.
Full format. Like,
well, I think before we saw Sinners, we both talked about going down.
Yeah.
And it just didn't
didn't line up.
But yeah, no, very keen for next week for Interstellar. Very, very
going
keen.
to be great. I mean, if anyone here has seen Interstellar, they know that it's fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. I'll probably be in tears the whole time, but
yeah, well,
movie
and
destroys me every time.
Yeah, and on a new scale.
Yeah.
I've seen it in 1570 before, and that scene where the audio drops out,
Yeah.
and they're just floating through space, is something else when you're in a room full of people.
I saw a YouTube video of the print of the cornfield chase. And like even just watching it on YouTube, just the actual full print, the full aspect ratio.
You're like,
I was like, this is amazing. I cannot wait to see this on the big screen.
Yep, it's going to be big.
On the biggest screen.
On the biggest.
Yeah.
All right, so I got some more news. I'm going to stick to Apple. This one, very much interesting to me. This is the one that I mentioned that might be a little niche for you, but Apple announced that they acquired the rights and are developing a film and a series from Brandon Sanderson. Do you know who Brandon Sanderson is?
I don't, but I think I kind of do. Is this the Red Rising?
No.
Oh, okay.
Red Rising is another series.
Because you've spoke many times about Red Rising and that you hope that Apple picks them up.
Yes, and I have a feeling like maybe this deal affected that deal, or could help that. I don't know. But Brandon Sanderson is a very well-known fantasy author.
Yep.
He's actually friends with Pierce Brown, who wrote Red Rising as well. But he just got a deal with Apple to develop one of his series called Mistborn into a theatrical experience. And then another one, Stormlight Archives, which is another series. That one I haven't read, but that is getting developed into a TV show by Apple.
Interesting.
He got
quite the deal there.
Yes. He has a massive following. Like, in terms of fantasy, like, he's the guy.
Yeah, okay.
He took over writing The Wheel of Time when the author of The Wheel of Time died. So he's someone who is very, very well known within the fantasy world. And Mistborn was my first forte into his writing, and I really, really enjoyed it. but I know that they had been developing. He has written screenplays, versions of the book multiple times with different studios, and it's never worked out.
Yep.
Because studios have always wanted to change things and do all that sort of thing.
As they do.
With this, he got a better deal. It was specifically that his involvement is more heavy duty than J.K. Rowling got.
Wow.
And more heavy duty than George R.R. Martin got. It's like specifically like Apple is giving him full control.
Yeah, nice.
And he's...
Which is... It's the way it should be, especially for when they're adapting a book of... Like, especially a loved book. The author should have the say in what happens.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
And I think it's been proven time and time again. Like, you look back at Gone Girl. Screenplay was written by the author.
Yeah.
And there was changes, but the changes...
were made by her.
And it still worked. It worked beautifully. It was a great movie.
Flynn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just give it... Don't give everything to the authors. Like, but still, if they don't want to direct, like, give it to a director. And
But have them so involved that the story gets told the way that it needs to.
Yes.
I know that a similar issue with Red Rising was that when that was picked up by Universal 12 years ago, the whole thing fell through because he let the rights just diminish without allowing them to make anything, because Universal said to him they wanted to change the best friend character, gender swap the best friend character into a woman so they could have a love triangle with the love interest in the series. And like he was like, I'm not doing that. And then after that, it was like all changes like that were what they were leaning on. So so for Brandon Sanderson, like he's sold 50 million something copies of his books. He's got 50 plus books out. He's continuing to write. Mistborn is a 3-story arc that has a second era with 4 books out. He's writing a 3rd era, and he's got an idea for a 4th era, and each one takes place in different generations and different timelines. So, Mistborn, the one that we'll see adapted, which could potentially, I would say they'll tell the story of the 3 books. They'll do 3 movies. How I see it. Is set in a certain time period that is like real high fantasy, princes and swords and all of that sort of stuff. The second generation is like a Western. Yep. And I know the 3rd generation, he wants to set it in the 80s.
Oh, nice.
And then the 4th, he wants to do it in the future. But it's all the same magic system and how that magic system plays into that world.
Interesting.
So characters that are related. So it's interesting to see the way that it plays out.
It was just an announcement that it's going into development. It's not already being developed.
It's actively being developed now. Yeah. Like it was announced that they're working on them. Yep. And it's going to be Mistborn film first, and then Stormlight Archive series after. So that's a huge get for Apple. It actually leans on my theory that is someone at Apple went through the New York Seller Best Time, New York's bestseller list, and New York Times bestseller list, and grabbed every fantasy sci-fi book that they could, and bought the rights, which is why I think Red Rising, but also like Mistborn will be up there, Foundation, Dark Matter, Silo, like all of those are books that have been so like, and for Apple, it's a great niche. If make sports movies and sci-fi fantasy,
and Apple are killing it. They're as in terms of the streamers, they are still one of the streamers that have the best original content. And time and time again, like they obviously have their misses, as anyone does. Yep. But their misses seem to be few and far between. Yep. Compared to someone like Netflix.
I think their big miss is their marketing.
Yeah, half the time
it's like don't market. You just don't know that the series. But like you look at their series in terms of what's popular. Obviously, they've had F1, but they've turned around and they've got like Ted Lasso, Shrinking, Bad Monkey. They've got that Stick with Owen Wilson. Like they always have good casts. Yeah, quality writing. just people don't know about the shows.
Yeah.
Morning shows, another good one.
Yep.
You
And
know,
there's that one with John Hamm as well. Your Friends and Neighbors.
Your
or something?
Friends and Neighbors.
That's
yep.
got renewed for
That's
a second
just been
season.
renewed.
Yeah.
So yeah, Apple.
I'm pretty sure Shrinking got renewed again for a
Shrinking has
fourth
been renewed
season.
for a fourth.
Yeah.
Ted Lasso's coming back, which it was originally pitched as a 3-season arc, but I
Yeah.
don't think they were expecting it to be Ted Lasso. So you know, like it's crazy how much is going on at Apple and how much they're developing. And I think F1 maybe gave them a renewed sense of, like, I have a feeling that maybe their theatrical plans were F1 or bust, and F1 was a success. So now it's like, okay, we've got a renewed
we can
faith
actually
in
do this.
our theatrical department rather than feeling like, okay, we can make lower budget films like because F1 did 3 times more at the box office than their previously highest grossing film, which was Joaquin Phoenix Napoleon with Ridley Scott.
Yep.
Which did 220 million at the box office, and this did 600.
Yeah, okay.
600.
Well, I hope they do more of a push for it because they do, like we said, they do have good content. Like, well, hate calling it content, but they do have good films coming out.
Yep.
And if we see a bit more of a push for them into that area, I think it's going to be a win for.
I think it's a hard sell to sell Apple as a product to people who aren't like Apple has so many people who do use them.
Yeah.
But I think it's a
people that
hard
are
sell
against
to
them are really against them.
the ones who are Samsung's fans or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see them as people that are necessarily buying Apple TV subscriptions.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
Or I think it's a harder sell.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't mean it won't happen, but it's a harder sell.
Because like you get a new iPhone and you get the like a year free of Apple
and you're
TV
just
to
like,
start.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like I'll start this and forget about it and then pay $13 a month for the rest of my life.
Exactly. That's what happened.
Exactly.
I got one more bit of news.
Okay.
Highlander first looks, Henry Cavill.
Yes.
Did you see?
Yes, I did.
I think you sent them to me, but
I think
seen them
I
already.
Yeah. So a couple of
great.
behind the scenes photos as well with Jeremy Irons on set too.
Amazing. Jeremy Irons being back with Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
As a
Jeremy
fan of
Irons in
Zack
general
Snyder's,
is great.
DC, seeing them interact again, you know, we got Superman and Alfred back.
Yeah.
It's always nice. But
I'm not super familiar with Highlander.
no.
No.
I think we've spoken on the podcast about Highlander before.
Potentially. I'm keen for it. Henry Cavill, Jeremy Irons, like, yeah.
It's
Who's directing?
Chad Stahelski.
Yeah, I'm in.
I know, right?
100%, I'm in. I knew it was someone
and
I
they've
was
been
excited
working. Chad Stahelski's been like at it for years. Like I think
Yeah.
that this was announced in like 2020.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're only just getting to it now, but I think it was like, okay, Superman, okay, Witcher. I think The Witcher was what delayed it, and then
Yeah.
Henry Cavill breaking his leg on the set of The Witcher stopped production one time.
Yeah.
And they ended up pushing it back, and then something else came out, and then Mission Impossible or whatever it was. But then they've announced Dave Bautista, and they've sort of got to it after Voltron, after they filmed Voltron in Queensland. Yeah, so they're on set. Highlander is one I grew up with because my dad had liked it.
Yep.
And
It's a movie, not a TV series?
it's a movie.
Yep.
There's a series of movies, but I think the first movie is about it
Yeah.
for a lot of people. I don't think I ever saw the others.
Because how?
It's
80s type of?
I want to say 70s or 80s.
Yeah,
It's Sean Connery and Christopher Lambert.
Okay.
All right, hold on. I've got to look it up.
We're going to check this out.
I'm going to
check.
read the synopsis because I don't know how to explain it.
We need like fact check music.
Highlander.
Elevator music.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Christopher Lambert, Sean Connery. Here we go. Does this not sound like something that you immediately want to already hit? An immortal Scottish swordsman must confront the last of his immortal
Scottish
opponents.
swordsman.
Yep. A murderously brutal barbarian whose lust for the fabled prize.
Because
So
it's not medieval though, is it?
he's immortal. So all right. So for starters,
'Cause
1986. It's set in modern times.
Yeah, I was going to say, because the Henry Cavill pictures look
Oh,
like
Clancy Brown's in it as well. There you go.
it almost looked like Blade Runner in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not future. Oh,
No, but it had that kind of grungy Blade Runner vibe.
It looked like modern
Yes, yeah.
esque. Like you look at it and go, oh, it's New York streets.
Yeah.
vibe.
Well, I mean, Blade Runner, original Blade Runner looks like
Yeah,
current day.
yeah,
So,
like grungy. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's the sort of vibe. And yeah, I honestly think he looks great. Big leather jacket.
Okay.
Sort of gets like it's like Matrix, but he's gonna whip out a sword. Like, cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
keen.
I wonder whether it's something that you should watch first, or whether you
Don't know.
should
It's always hard.
just go into it blind. Dave Bautista and Henry Cavill playing the two parts. That's a win.
Yeah.
That's going to be so good.
Yeah, definitely. Is that what Dave Bautista's been slimming down for that role?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he's like,
I don't think he should though. Like he's going up against Henry Cavill, but he probably still looks big, but he's just always looked massive.
Yeah.
And now he's like
He's just
normal
not like
size.
a mountain anymore. He's just like a.
He does look weird
strongly-
slim though, doesn't he?
Yeah,
It's because his head, you get used to his head as on his big body, and now his head hasn't changed size, but his body's smaller, and now he looks like a Funko Pop
Yes.
or a bobblehead.
Yeah.
But he's just like normal, but you're just so used to seeing his head on his big body.
Yeah, exactly right.
Anyway, that's my description of Dave Bautista currently. Good on him though. He's
We can strike him on ever getting a guest on the podcast.
Yeah, man. No, he might appreciate what I'm saying.
Hey, he might.
Especially considering I'm sure there's a Dave Bautista Funko Pop out there.
True.
There we go. That is the news for the week. Highlander, I think we did briefly speak about it because I was telling you about the car battery thing.
Yeah, I do.
Do you recall this?
Yes,
They had the wires strapped to the swords so that when they smacked, the electricity went through the swords, and that's how they practically made the swords
Yes, I
shoot
do remember
lightning.
this conversation. Yep.
Badass.
Yeah.
Extremely unsafe.
Hey, movie magic.
Yeah, movie magic in the 80s. So cool. There we go. So Highlander. Don't know when that's coming out. I want to say 2027.
Hopefully.
Probably.
Like they're filming now, so I would say probably next year.
So cool. Chad Stahelski, Highlander. That's going to be great.
Yeah.
And this week we watched Is This Thing On?
New Will Arnett movie.
Will Arnett, Bradley Cooper directed. Sean Hayes is in it. Laura Dern is in it.
Pretty decent cast, really.
It
Like
did have a good cast.
It felt like one of those movies where they're just like called all their friends and they're like,
Yeah,
can you come
let's
do a day or two? I felt like I saw Zach Galifianakis at one point, but I don't think
not Zach Galifianakis.
I was looking at him. I was like,
yeah,
is that him?
that's Sean Hayes' husband. You know,
Yeah,
it was
okay,
definitely not
yeah.
him. But just for like the briefest second, you were like, oh, he does look like Zach Galifianakis does now, and I could definitely see it being a role that was supposed to be for him.
Yeah.
So, Is This Thing On tells the story of Will Arnett's character Alex and Laura Dern's character. I don't remember her name. Why can't I remember her name?
remember it either.
That's going to drive me mental.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I want to say Kate, but I don't think that's right.
It's not Kate. It's because I just kept thinking Laura Dern and Tess.
Yeah, oh, that's right.
Alex
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Tess. I should have known that. Who realize that they're not happy in their marriage. They've been married 20 years.
They mutually agree to part ways.
Mutually agree to part ways. And while walking around the streets of New York, he wants to go into a bar. Alex wants to go into a bar. Doesn't
After having a weed cookie.
Correct. Yep. After having a weed cookie, wants to go into a bar, realizes that it's not.
He's got to pay the cover.
He's got to pay the cover charge, and then sees that somebody gets in because they've signed up for open mic and they're performing. Signs up to get in to save $15, and ends up on stage talking about his marriage, realizing that he loves to do stand-up comedy. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the plot of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. It just occurs to me right now that she drunk walks on stage and starts talking about how her marriage is ending, and that's how she starts stand-up comedy.
All right.
The story is loosely based on John Bishop.
I think that was the name. Yeah, John.
Yeah,
Bishop.
John Bishop, who is a British comedian who had once spoken to Will Arnett and told him the story about how he got into comedy by signing up to an open mic so he didn't have to pay for the entry fee. So
Yeah, right.
I think that's cool. You know, it is funny. You know, I loved that they were calling him Sad Guy because he's the guy who gets up and talks about his divorce and people laugh at him. And, you know, I do think the way that it's presented is one thing.
Mm.
You know, I thought it was really interesting to see the way he starts to talk about this and he's on stage, and the way that they shot it was really interesting. When he first got on and he started doing it, they got a close-up of his face while he was standing in front of the mic, not moving, and he told the entire story, and they didn't cut away at all.
Yeah.
It was a single
It's very close too. Like his face fills the full
fills
screen.
the entire screen.
Almost uncomfortable, but like, and that is obviously the point to make.
Especially because he wasn't making anyone laugh at that point. He was standing there. He was talking.
You've sort of got that tension of like, come on, someone please laugh at one of these jokes.
Just say something. He's not even really making a joke. He's just talking. He's like, I think I'm getting divorced. It wasn't until he then said, I was tipped off when I realized I was living in an apartment by myself and my wife and kids don't live there.
Yeah.
Like it's not even really a joke, but it's just like the delivery is great.
Yes, yeah.
And yeah, I think Will Arnett was, obviously he wrote this with Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, okay.
It was always Will Arnett, but I think this is a role Will Arnett does very, very well.
Yes, yeah, definitely. He plays that
something about his voice
very well.
There's something about his voice that carries that, like, he can deliver lines with a sadness that
he almost has a comical voice.
Yeah,
that, like, you can't help but laugh because you're like, this guy is way too brooding and deep.
Brooding is a great word for it. I think
truly Batman's voice.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Voice
like
of Batman.
if you close your eyes, Batman was up there telling you about his divorce.
I was just hearing Joe Bluth, but that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a little Arrested Development reference for anybody who doesn't get it. But
I was just imagining Lego Batman up there.
Yeah, right. Well, all I hear is BoJack Horseman, and I felt like this was very true to what Will Arnett had done on BoJack Horseman for years. So for anyone who hasn't watched the show, he plays essentially a comedian. I mean, he is a horse, but he was a comedian who was a famous...
Let's not leave that part out.
Yeah, he's a horse. And he had been famous on TV for years, and then it's said afterwards when he is in this period of his life and really sort of struggling with identity and all that sort of thing. And BoJack Horseman is hilarious and devastating at the same time, and I feel like this was exactly that. Like, the whole tone was the same sort of thing where it's like, this thing that he's doing is funny, but everything else sort of going on around him is sad, and it's the sadness, like his way of getting through the sadness is by being funny.
I was going to say, him being on stage he essentially is using it as therapy through the movie. Like he gets up there and he just talks about what's currently going on.
Yeah.
And people are relating to it and finding it funny.
Yeah.
Which, I think it works great. He sort of works through his issues in front of a live audience.
In front of a live audience. And the way that they're sort of playing with that is really great too, because obviously they're laughing and he's finding these things. And it's the way, I really love the way it starts out too, where they're like, you have to write. They're talking to him after he goes up 2 or 3 times, and they're like, okay, well now you've actually done it a couple of times. You've got to actually write jokes instead of just standing up and talking.
Yeah.
Because you're really bad. You're really bad. And he's like, oh, okay.
It's like one of the comedians, she's like, you're terrible at this.
Yeah.
But you're good.
You've got a good heart, but you're just bad at this.
Yeah.
Just great. I really liked how tight all of that stuff was.
Yep.
I've been to bars in New York that are exactly like that. You know, they're really low or like they're really deep.
Yep.
So the stairs are quite steep.
You go down.
There's so many people. You go into the basement. There's all these people there. It's really like tight, and the camera work really played up on that. I felt that was like, you could feel how claustrophobic it was in there, and how like people are enjoying themselves, but it's just really tight. Go upstairs, things start to open up a bit more. Camera's a bit wider. It's all that. I thought that was really well done, and the way that they played around with that.
It was set in New York, wasn't it?
It was set in New York. Yeah.
It was shot by Matthew Libatique, who shot Caught Stealing.
Yeah, right.
Who I think just shoots New York greatly.
He's the New York guy.
Perfect at shooting New York. Because he gives you that sort of grungy, dirty feel, but still you want to go there?
And then there was... I really liked seeing the back and forth between the suburbs where they live and the city. You know, they said at one point they live 45 minutes out of the city.
Yep.
So that was normal, but that was always day, wide, white,
Yeah.
really,
high and bright and clean. And,
yeah. And then you get to New York and it's dark and it's tight and it's really locked in. It is one of those movies where I think it's like, there's these. We have films here, showcase films that are like your more indies and that sort of thing. We've got Sentimental Value starting this week, which is one of these films, these showcase films, and I think this sort of fits into that crowd where it's not a major blockbuster, but there will be people who really, really relate to this, really like jump in on these things, and I think that this is exactly that sort of film. It's like that little bit arty.
Yeah, you can definitely feel that. For me, it was probably a touch too long. There was just a little bit towards the end there. I was a little bit like, oh, where are we going?
Yep.
But apart from that, funny.
Yeah.
The characters were good. Like, I really enjoyed the characters and the people we were meeting and talking to. Bradley Cooper's kind of great in it. He's annoying, but great. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, he's playing this really like artsy actor and just full of himself. And you're like, okay.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun. His character was just ridiculous.
Yeah, they didn't give a lot for Sean Hayes to do.
No, but I don't think they necessarily needed to. There was a few side characters that were
people
given.
Movie,
yeah,
really.
yeah, exactly. That's the point. I think it's less about anyone beyond Will Arnett and Laura Dern.
Yeah.
All of them are in their story.
Yes.
I really liked the way that the film played. I thought it was great that it was not necessarily like we're going to lean on all happiness, all sadness, and trying to mesh the two. That was, I mean, it's interesting. They talk about it. It's life. Life is weird. Life is different.
It's messy.
And how that plays throughout this film is really great. I just thought, I quite liked the film. I think this sort of film, it's either for you or it's not for you.
Yep.
I think if you watch the trailer and you go, yeah, that looks like something I'm interested in, it'll probably be exactly the film that you
It was an interesting directing choice for Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
It's not the type of movie I'd think he'd usually go for.
I can't even remember what other films Bradley Cooper's done.
Didn't Maestro?
Maestro, yeah.
There was something else in there as well.
He did, that he starred in Star is Born.
Yes, yeah.
Because that was my first.
They felt like much bigger movies.
Yeah.
Even Maestro wasn't a big movie, but it felt like this big grand, like I'm telling the story of this person who was a big grand person. Whereas this feels like a much more contained, like two people story.
Yeah.
But it was great. Like he did an awesome job on it. I really love the cinematography. There's some like gorgeous shots in there. It's a really cool one that we both pointed out with the blowing out the candles.
Yeah. It was just like color, light, fire, and then candles.
I kind of expected them to blow them out and it would cut away.
Yeah.
But it didn't. It just held on it. And I was like, oh, that looks amazing. Like
really cool.
Yeah. It's in the 1:6:6 aspect
ratio. Yeah. So this is one thing we discussed it and we're like, oh, it looks different.
It's a bit taller.
1:6. It's a bit, definitely has that art house feel when you give that little bit more to it. Like it doesn't feel blockbuster. It feels like you got to watch this
it gives you that kind of nostalgic home video-ish vibe. Not that it looks like a home video at all.
No. But it just
it kind of makes you feel warm and fuzzy.
I think it sucks you in a little more too.
Yeah.
With that, the size, the way that it, obviously you're watching the 16:9 or the scope film is what you expect.
Yep.
So when it's full wide, you get that feeling where it's like, oh,
you like we said
really
before,
take it in.
You're really up in Will Arnett's face.
Yeah.
You're there with him.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it felt so uncomfortable in some of those scenes because it feels like you stood on stage with him.
Yeah.
And you're like, get me.
Which maybe in a standard 16:9 film wouldn't necessarily feel like that's the case.
And essentially, like as a lot of the time when you see the 239 or the 240, a lot of people use that to give you that movie feel.
Yeah.
Like big budget Hollywood action movie. So like you can really take away sometimes from that personal feel when you've got that really wide aspect ratio because you're expecting these like big vistas and action scenes.
Yeah, exactly.
And it would feel like a movie.
Whereas like this action scene in this wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas this, like we said, you felt like you were there with him.
For those
Feeling
personal
all of it.
stories,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, yeah, is this thing on? Definitely recommend. I mean, we're going to talk about, we've also got Shelter out this week, which
We
keen-
almost watched
Yeah, we were tossing up, do we watch Shelter or is this thing on? But
the new Jason Statham movie.
that will be one that we're going to have to watch soon because I
Jason-
love a Statham movie.
Jason Statham starring Jason Statham.
Exactly.
In Jason Statham.
In Statham, the movie. Eventually, I mean, you got to imagine that there'll be a biopic about him eventually.
It'll just be another one of these
It'll be
movies.
someone making a
They'll just
movie
retitle
about
them.
all the movies that they made. And I mean,
mean-
that's $1 million idea.
I love it because
It's a $100 million
they're
idea.
always fun. Like
Every single time. I'm like, I have no concerns or qualms about watching a movie where Jason Statham's the lead. I know exactly what the film's going to be, and I'm going to have a grand old time. watching it.
exactly. He like really sank into that like Jean-Claude Van Damme,
Yeah.
old school Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like I'm just gonna do
Yeah.
action movies and do the same thing, essentially the
You
same
know
thing
what
over
the
and over
movie
again.
is, yeah.
But I'm gonna give you a great time all the time.
That's Jason Statham.
Yeah, I do miss his comedic stuff though.
Yeah,
When he was in
he's great.
Spy, he was
great.
like amazing.
He's really, really funny,
Yeah.
and
It's because he's so like plays the straight.
yeah,
man
well, it's
so
the straight man aspect, yeah. When Jason Statham's the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's out this week. What is out next week? It's Wuthering Heights, it's Crime 101, it's
It is both
Whistle.
of those.
We've got 3 films. Yeah, that's come up
Interesting.
real quick. What are we going to watch next week, Sam? We're going to watch Crime 101 like
don't
the
know.
dads we are, or are we going to watch Wuthering Heights?
I don't know. Do we put it up as a poll?
We'll put it up as a poll. What do we watch? Wuthering Heights, Crime 101, or
Do you want to
Whistle?
see the new Chris Hemsworth movie or the new Margot Robbie, Jacob Elordi movie?
Yep. That's the options.
I know which way it's going to go, but
That's it.
surprise me.
Surprise us. Yeah.
Pull out a wild card.
That's it. That's it. Anything from you before we wrap it up?
I don't think so. I think that's about it for this week. It's good to be back.
It is good to be back. I'm looking forward to it. We do have a good run of smaller movies for the next couple of months.
We'll give our thoughts again next week on Interstellar after
Yes.
rewatching.
And yeah, I mean, that's it. We've got Project Hail Mary's the next major movie in mid-March.
So keen for
But
that.
we've got a bunch of other ones that are sort of coming out in between now and then that should be quite exciting. So definitely not short on films, but just maybe ones that people are going to really need to look into. I am devastated though because Project Hail Mary was going to come out the same day as the Billie Eilish James Cameron doco.
Oh yes.
And that's been pushed back now to the same day as Mortal Kombat. So, you know, when am I going to get a chance to watch this Billie Eilish doco? It looks really cool.
Yeah, it does. I mean,
so
James Cameron directing, so like
Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah, so that's that. But until then, remember, when you come to the movies, there are no bad seats. Come to the movies. There's so much on right now.
Yeah, we're not short on films.
We are not short on films.
Yeah.